I guess they don't need to second wave send it in if they're both sending it in. Cracks could just annihilate this whole game. Okay, FUT on defense, Koop on attack. Weird comp for Koop for sure. But when have we not said that? You go for a little 4-1. Wall to lock you in over towards stairs. Recon on site.
Solid.
Okay. And they save the grab net.
Before even a lick of damage is done.
Thinking back to old school SADAC deadlocks, it was some of the sweatiest deadlock you're ever going to see in your life. So expect cool setups, cool ideas. Already the wall going over the top to block players as they attempt.
Did they have a good deadlock? All I remember was their Lotus deadlock and it looked awful.
The Lotus was terrifying. A lot of damage done initially, and Martin thought maybe he was going to be in a sneaky spot, but gets nothing.
Bro, push through with 2 bullets.
Doing a fantastic job, even if some of them are low.
Well, that frenzy could clean them up, but the shots don't land, at least not for FUT, as KC claim another pistol round.
Well,
that's 1-0 here on Ascent, and well, they got a pretty easy site take, but I was worried about the retake, especially with that low HP. Cleaned up nicely in the end.
Yeah, there was a lot of damage being done there by FUT. So we were saying at the beginning of the round, decided to stack more towards the A side, playing that B fully for retake. SADAC, of course, in charge of Fountain. The spike is something that we see in every map. We also have seen in every map today that strong start for the side of KC, and especially having this double duelist with them on the attack is more of what we can expect.
Okay. So Pistol Wise are a 3-2, obviously 1-0 on this map, and they go full eco. They're allowed 1 death here by 1 more gun than normal.
A lot of teams will go for the 3 rifle 1 pistol, or sorry 2. But this time they've gone heavier on the rifles. So for KC, they can only afford
this is still nice though, like heavy force over towards here. You got the grab net close. So if they do try duel you, or they try and force through a smoke.
Longer range angles, especially if a battle comes into mid, they'll have a pretty hefty advantage.
Like if you can do that smoke as a default, then I think the actual sonic sensor here is really strong. Always create pressure over towards wine. With double duelist comp, you can insta send it no matter what.
Anything, the timing couldn't be any better for Aves. That's just as he rounds the corner.
Now looking towards the A site, you know, spamming the cross. You can see a lot of damage done with that in many games, but when you've only got the classics, it's a bit harder to do anything meaningful. Sugetsu decently low, and talking about the margin for error, we touched on it on Lotus in both of the follow-ups, and there was always like 2 rifles in play, maybe a Marshal, but
I mean, post-plant, the deadlock's always good. I wonder how proactive like FUT play it is. The no info sentinel on this can be very rough, especially on defense, but also on attack.
And a little bit of a risk being taken by Elite, but of course he is the player that can fall, but playing just with the Ghost.
But he didn't start with it. That's the interesting thing. It was SADAC, so what they did was they sort of swapped it over so that he could farm orbs and try and get
keeping all the guns
towards that deadlock ult, which of course is
very
good
nice.
for takes, because if there's a solo
keep all the
player,
guns.
basically pick them out of
Elite's
position
like relatively close to his ult, 3 away.
For FUT, not wanting to overextend. So they're going to make sure that they go down to the spike. Don't allow for any more orbs to go into enemy hands. That will be a clean enough round for the side of KC.
Now's where things should start to get interesting for the side of FUT. That full buy.
We got strong bonus. It's going to buy armor though, right?
Cracks, I hope that you buy some form of shield. Any will be good. No?
He's thinking about
it. Yeah, hopefully.
He's got time.
Does he have time?
Okay.
Okay, just at the end he's really making a sweat.
2 seconds left. That was a little sweaty, but he got there in the end, and I think he even went for full shields, popping it out at the last second. So KC, attack side, decent weaponry, very good weaponry. In fact, for any fight they go
With their
for,
hit short fast.
Always has its advantages. Mr. Fallen, good to find the opening. They know there's a second player there now. And the net that's spread by KC across the map looks to catch any extra aggression. FUT players pushing short, maybe they push up B, maybe they try to take some space on mid to catch them off, and that's why you've got Elite waiting outside B. You've got
does it look like they are going to do this smoke all the time on their default?
FUT have an advantage, and they know they're up against some
like heavy A main default all the time, smoke here. create pressure either side, and then we can just burst from sight. There's one thing this comp can do, it can burst through sight. I'm interested to see if FUT, with that start, putting the KO back over towards A, like a traditional setup. I think the knife here is really going to help.
With the amount of damage he's already done.
One person fake over towards B, try and keep 3 there.
Push comes to shove, it's out of Captain, who's caught in the corner. Good for one and fades
Lovely
his way back out.
reposition from him.
Beautiful stuff with the shrouded step. Zeus with a real opportunity. I think the paranoia almost just blocked him from vision on the first fight, but nothing stands in his way now.
Very nice. Good recon as well from Mr. Fallon.
They
look convincing. Yeah, look nice.
I'm interested in FUT are gonna prioritize mid because there's no KJ turret to like spot you early, so you could technically like
do pushes. Yeah, I mean they probably will start going proactive at one point.
Out of the box. This was a very simple round of Ascent, just playing your positions, trying to get KC onto taking a step in the wrong direction, just playing with the timings of everything, your own smokes, the control that you have over the map, and just
so normal after he's done the shout. Okay, big buy rounds, especially in terms of money for Koop. 3 people can't buy next. Still keeping with the AD default like we said, so wait for this smoke. They'll probably re-smoke this and then try.
Yeah, we're just gonna mute all microphones.
Do they? How do they just deal with this? They got no flashes. Do they like boombot it or do they always wait?
It will just go off.
Okay, maybe we don't know.
I think for the Turkish players sometimes can be enough.
Oh, they just want to go for a pop. This is kind of weird from Koop, really. If you look at both of their rounds at the moment, they're just trying to pop. So they tried to contact over towards short, and now they're just trying to pop sight. I think it's really scrappy. Oh, he got out with 33 HP. Spikes over towards main as well. You might see Yesterday push all the way behind.
Still have to go back and grab that spike. It's going to buy time for this rotation from Yedeje. Nothing to watch their back on KC either, so
yeah, just gonna wait for the plant on this one.
And a jet left, the 2 duelists. It's the perfect time to go for a flank.
Yeah, they're trying to bait out.
But when he gets to like here, they should start breaking the door, create pressure. Yeah, there we go. So he can turn the corner that anyone would have been focusing over towards sight.
Oh no, nothing's coming
And
in this
then,
direction. Keep focusing on us.
nice shot.
They do eventually find that flank, but there's so much more they need to get.
Dude, that felt risky. But actually they like dropped and swung like this position at the same time, so it wasn't too bad. Okay, I'm a little bit worried for Koop, because if you look at their 2 buy rounds, they double contact, basically.
ACS, if I'm not mistaken. Now playing from a jet, something that he should be extremely comfortable with, and in a map that even though hadn't been in the pool for the year and is the first time that they play it, it's a map that everybody has played. Everybody is just going back into it.
How many rounds do they need to attack? I don't even know. Because I think that comp struggles on defense as well. So I don't really know. We're in like we're in a weird area where I think the comp isn't good on attack or defense. So I don't really know what to expect.
Yeah. Well, the early duels was a big conversation on Lotus for Martine. Not getting off to a good start here. Without a captain firing back and taking another. It's Aves who is able to claim Zeus in the end. And that's been a big troublemaker for them. Even last round, 33 HP after the first fight, still gets 2 more. Now he is in the dirt and another hero is needed. Thing is, FUT, no shortage of players that can step up in the moments when they're needed.
Oh,
nice
shot.
Connection by Sagetsu. Elite finishes off Mr. Fallen, and now
damn, they're gonna win this one.
Maybe it does need a buff. It finds
Oh no, that's a double ult used into this one as well.
With it all to do, both players tagged at least. Maybe a chance. His ult online with the plant, but what's that gonna do for you in a 1v2?
They're grouping up, potentially lining up his TP.
Oh, that is incredibly rough timing.
I don't know what he was expecting to happen, but that couldn't have gone any worse for Sugetsu.
Okay, do it again. More worried for Koop after seeing these rounds. I think they need to call a timeout, but honestly, I don't know what else they have for us.
Knows that FUT is going to fight this tooth and nail to prevent that plan from even happening, even though they have already gained the control
right
over
into A main,
sight.
like that being your default, but like I feel like you kind of have to threaten the ability to split the sites, because if you're just going through mains, you're essentially playing all the cents.
They're doing like the, you know, on split where you go double duelist, they're doing that theory where it's like, let's get them scared of the sites. It's literally exactly the same as a split. Get them scared of the sites, and then when that's failed like multiple times, then we'll start going middle.
Looking to claim some scalps, but it's out of here.
He's definitely out of here. He's trying to speed run top middle. Got a little bit unlucky. The Koop, instead of focusing over towards A main, have now decided to go over towards middle because the A straight up site hits weren't working.
Seems like there was some connection, even.
And there's still a good amount of damage done.
Well, information to be had eventually, though. Shoot the drone, but too many walls between Mr. Farlin and any additional damage.
What now, though?
Of course, we were all happy to see that.
How do we make more pressure?
Anywhere near as much play on this map.
Especially you, Mitch.
You got Bimbo drone.
Over the moon. You were celebrating. Now I can play Ascent again.
No, I don't think that's what I said.
Great knife.
Okay, well, drone doesn't get too much. We did say that FUT might have to start putting KO over towards A. Because I'm seeing it early.
Set up over on B for the information. That turret, although the spams won't follow it up, at least gets them the info that no one is there at the moment. Content to perhaps send extra bodies towards the A side if they had them.
Okay, question mark created over towards A, and they smoked themselves off as well, so we actually do have the pressure that they had a luck over towards short. So got the recon, cross map recon out over towards A, so they don't have that over towards site when they turtle. It's a good shock though. Omen, it's a really good shock.
Wow.
Omen all back a site as well. Look at some of the HPs.
So many of them low, Abez and Sadik barely all.
So many low HPs.
Sagetsu, no chance, but to save this weapon for the next.
Dude, that shock dart. It did so much damage. It's so much damage.
Only hope here is to just try and hold on to the gun.
Koop look a little lost.
There is one thing that's caught my eye and probably
I mean,
has to do with
this was nice from FUT, but you still know when you're late hitting over towards B against an Omen or what's going to happen.
After that initial aggression coming in from FUT, when Elite is going to go onto the side, we still have that full pack of utility. It looks like they were just literally waiting around.
They just want they were expecting to do like an A main default again.
And even though it was a 5v4 situation, it didn't feel like it. It did not feel that there was an advantage in this round going in for KC. And the read from FUT was just picture perfect.
Yeah. I think the thing I enjoyed most about that round is what you were doing, though. I'm sure the TikTok stream would have really enjoyed it as well. You definitely forgot that was there.
Well, let's see what else the comp can do.
It would be a shame if
Is it over towards B now?
It would really be sad.
I'm not going to move.
You were sort of like almost doing a rap along to Mitch's casting.
Because I was hyping him up, you know?
Some would say hype him up, some would say mocking, but you know.
No,
it's
that's what you would do. That's what you would do.
Correct.
In Spanish we say, se cree el ladrón que todos son de su condición, which means a thief thinks everybody steals.
Oh.
A big smile.
Kinda.
From FUT. Guys, yeah, guys are looking pretty happy though. Opposite from earlier.
It adds up.
4-2. FUT with a streak of defensive rounds. So far, this double duelist has maybe not had the impact they were hoping for. The surprise factor of aggressive takes is being dealt with comfortably by the side of FUT. An immediate pop.
Oh my.
Oh
my.
May not have got a kill, but
Hit a lot of damage, and then the swing off of it as they're all dodging it. Super nice. Info with this dodge as well. What's the armor? Oh, dude, he can't chase him because he's light armor.
Only one bullet in the chamber.
The goodbye of the outlaw from FUT hit.
One shot to the chest. Sagetsu, Martin, and Elite will fall by the wayside, so they move away from the outlaw, but back into the waiting arms of Ada Captain. Paranoia off contact to the cam, repositions, and cleans Martin's head from his shoulders.
The rule about picking Ascent into Turkish teams.
They must have forgotten.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, it's fast.
The map has not been in the pool for a while, and not many people have been playing it, so they are the team, unfortunately. It looks like they are getting punished, because even just on angles and individual duels, it looks so comfortable for FUT. They're not losing a battle in the early round.
Yeah. Dunno.
Yeah,
when you're running a double
I'm
duelist,
losing
there's
faith.
limited amount of
Yeah,
things that
the
you
thing is, I
can
think
do
they
on
just
spam.
gotta
That's why
stick
we've
to
seen
their
so much investment into
stick to their A
initiation,
pops.
so that you can get that
Unless they have a
find
nice
that
little
space,
B
you
pop
can
here.
force people
Problem
into awkward
is,
angles.
this comp
Well, they
might
don't
have
want to
been
be
working
forced into
against
awkward angles.
like
And this round was so well
different comps that
pre-planned,
maybe
right?
don't
You
have
know
a
that
KO and
their
maybe have a
economy is
TO
not going to be the
instead.
best. We're speaking
Yeah.
about
But
Foot coming into that one,
as soon as you have the
with a
KO,
4-round lead,
you're
4
getting
rounds in a
wrecked. I
row.
feel like
You
the
can't
knife
expect
is
to
just
have
getting
those
so much
those large
value.
shields.
And this
And
probably
also,
looks like a
you
good
also
example
know
of
that
it.
it's
Like, is
not
this
going to
knife
be
not
used
just
in
going to
the
hit
goal. So
3-4?
doubling down with the outlaw just gives you so
Feels like it hits an incredible amount.
That is
Yeah,
so much
it's
info.
4.
It's just making things easier and
Wow.
easier for Zeus.
Yeah,
We talked about
they're
the
done
setup
for.
that this man can
I'm
sometimes
also
need.
really surprised
Well, that was
that
pretty
there's
much
no
a
Euro,
Zeus. They are
right?
there.
Like,
Do what you want with that information.
You know,
Yeah.
a long time ago we had those conversations
And
about
Yoru
this map,
raised, so you
about
at
it
least have
being
the flashes as
what
well.
the Turkish teams
exactly.
call
It's not
the,
like you
the
lose
82nd
too much.
province.
Well,
Once
I
the
mean,
bandits
entering
were
over
there,
towards
Hot
sites, you
teams
don't have
figured
the
them out
safety, I
well.
guess, but...
It looks like this might be a
Pencil
return to form
024 with the
the
Prime, appreciate the 2 months.
FUT are looking good.
Did this game start 3 hours ago? Yeah.
And that's 6
Yeah, it did.
in a row. KC won the pistol,
Still
the
here.
follow-up, and nothing bar an opening duel or two since.
Oh my god, and
Oh, dude, the
Zeus,
knife hit
10
5.
and 4. You
Oh,
know,
it hit all 5.
we've heard it a lot, and he has
Well, it's a good
great
example when we were talking about
very
the
surprised the first time that
KO
he
just
did it
being
because he
unbelievable
wants to be
against
that
this.
headshot machine. But
Yeah.
he's so
And then they're also
efficient
crisp.
with this outlaw. He understands and he fits into the mode, he fits into the plan, and what the
They've
team
done a
needs, and
really
right
good
now what they
job
need. Apparently,
of
it's an
moving the
operator. He doesn't
KO
really
around.
need it, but just
I
in
actually
case
feel like
there's some-
every single time I look at Koop wanting to hit somewhere, the knife is hitting
She's
them.
gonna be like, I cannot spam with
Recon
this.
goes
Where's my-
deep
where's
over
my second
towards A,
shot?
doesn't spot any, so we can have a bit more of a rotate go in. Knife again, once they hear the drone, hits 4 again, now what?
Oh,
Just a terrible
they're
goal.
also
spotted
super
there.
aware of how strong the knife is. They're not throwing it early for info. They're just
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
for you
they're waiting for it.
down.
They know it's like the main bit of util.
Walkabouts into middle.
Oops.
Shot will be missed, and actually,
Right.
Dude, Atta goes down because of it. Okay, this is one of their better attempts
Fair.
now.
Might be the right sacrifice.
This is more possible.
Dude, I think they're just going to hit side again. The knife's going to be back in time.
It's disrespectful to add a captain, Tom.
Yeah, it could be.
I'll sacrifice
This is the Vitality Haven comp.
Star player on my team.
Honestly,
You're not doing well.
I'd have to say the Vitality Haven
comp.
comp.
From the 6th player onto the main roster.
It
This was
depends
the
if they
first one,
have
actually,
other cool
coming in the race.
stuff.
Oh my god.
Nano's active.
But I don't think they've been pracking it that much. They don't have that much good stuff.
That gets Mr. Fallen an easy duel reveal on its way. Didn't get a pulse out. Martine and Elite. Oh, they're overrunning
that's nice,
the
though.
B site. And now Zeus, the man who has had a captain's blood on his hands. Well, he's going to pull off a 1v4 with the op. More likely, he's got to save this for the next round. They've got plenty of cash. Well, they know where he is now.
Yeah, but he kind of wants them to hunt him. Like, he kind of wants to get some cheap kills. It's so fine. He can get dropped
Honestly,
here.
I think Zeus has learned the lesson. Just not the op. Just not the op. He was doing just fine with the outlaw. He was finding a lot of impact just following around, but I think that one of the things that was said to KC on that timeout is once you get the advantage, you need to be faster. You cannot freeze the round for that long because it was allowing FUT to get in such comfortable positions that at the end, that advantage
This
is
round
like
was just
nothing.
one
This
of
time
cleaning
around,
shots.
they just
It's
go
not like
in
they picked
faster onto
the correct side,
full
right?
execute.
It's not like the Utah was
Just rushing onto
insane.
B.
Yeah.
They just kind of won their duels.
I mean, that's all they're doing, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big
They
case.
just, I mean,
He's
it's
got a
hard
trap
to
on
take
them.
map control.
3 rounds in between the two, still recovery in the half, very
But
much
basically,
possible
all
for
that's
that
happening is
attacking
FUT just save their knife for the drone each time.
2-0 to start with.
Okay, but this time they're trying to play around it. One person gets hit, all 4 hide behind it.
This site. Drone's already gone. I didn't see Yedajay.
Cracks. Might have to do a lot here, mate, because your teammates bending it. The little bait worked well, though.
So that angle was comfortably cleared. Zeus in position though, rifle back in hand, push through the smoke, flash. Actually, I think
Big
left
flash.
Mr. Fallen
Oh
completely
my
blanked.
goodness, it's a
Again.
big team
Working.
flash.
Maybe
That's
the
like
update
14
has
flashes
thrown
we've
him off
seen
a little
this
bit,
map.
but whatever it is, that has not gone
That's a
well.
great
Even
omen flash
still,
to swing on that.
They managed to even things back up, turn it to a 3v3.
Chance. Zeus has backup on the side, and a captain's just
That's
outside.
Ooh,
The shots
rare
don't
miss.
land, though, and that's a heavy price to be paid. 2 versus 3, and KC are not in a rush. They're waiting for that extra player. They know the rotations will have come through, and as the smokes come back online, they'll still hold the line.
30 seconds left.
Zeus
Just
can
expecting
leave.
that retake, but eventually, well, time ticks away. They have to make a move to the side. They have to walk into
Yeah.
Cranks, who's found one already,
shot.
waiting for that.
Oh, yeah, he played this great, man. I mean, he's becoming the most important person in this one. Whether it's Util or Jules, he played that insanely well. Solid angle.
Crack's KO is not about the KO.
He's the goat.
It's about the
He's-
confidence
he's
you
one of
get
the better
along the way,
KOs.
because his utility in that round sucked. His aim, however, was wonderful.
Lack of practice, lack of practice. We've all been there. And I was saying, like, Sugetsu had the spike, had his ultimate at some point, and after you've been brawling for such
Yeah,
a
they did
long
see
time,
both, and he had Omen ult.
you decide to just, you know, TP your wins. To go on to A and just think of easier and smaller paces.
Yeah,
and
you got to question the mid rounding there a little bit.
what is going on?
They've thrown the net
Saw this
immediately.
here. Had the nade earlier. Know he's back of sight.
They've
He's been
managed to
spamming you.
catch that player
You have a
on
wall
top,
here.
but
You have a smoke down.
hasn't been able to do too
You
much.
have Omen ult, and you
Sending
don't
that
go
ball
here and do
close
like a
this
good
time,
plan for them to
making
go over
sure
towards
nobody
short.
can be in position. The 9-4
It's very
delaying
questionable,
any
to be
further
fair, the mid
utility,
round in
but
there.
that showstopper will be retrieved.
Okay, K-Corp, go
That's
back
what
to
we're
their
looking
normal
at
kind of
this
A
round, the
default.
stack-up of ults. Of course, so far that Hunter's Fury has been used as a deterrent. They've not been able to utilize the lockdown, so I think both of those ults will likely just stay
The
until
insert gets
necessary.
into wine.
But the annihilation
Put some pressure on mid.
alongside a showstopper, that should be enough to clear any site.
Sadek remembered the Phoenix comp and how they couldn't get through choke points, so they went for double duelist to get through the
Give them
chokes.
space.
Maybe.
Sticking around anyways.
Yeah, he doesn't have the best record on this map with comps. Very true. The lava angle from Zeus.
The showstopper, it gets them at least that little bit of space with the player falling and the trades
Yeah, here come
coming
the
in.
shocks.
Hunter's Fury post plant possible. That spam's not quite going to work. The Jenny is quite a thick
He knows.
box. Shock darts fired through, but dodged as well. The reposition perfect.
Do they just keep
Plant
it
down
safe?
below,
Go for the Killjoy ult?
The Hunter's Fury setup.
Yeah.
Not sure that they'll be able to get to a position to use it. It's instead going to be kept
Whoa.
to be fired in. You would
didn't
imagine.
expect that one.
Whoa.
I thought it was going to be fired at the ult. Instead, it's sent straight into heaven. An attempt to drop these.
I kind of like that.
It's bold. It's really, really bold.
I like the idea of ulting the actual players rather than the ult, because you don't expect it.
8-3 in the lead.
River Road with the Prime. Thank you for the 14
I
months.
understand the logic. You're thinking that with a few
You know,
seconds
you're
left,
right
they're
with
gonna try
the
and get
Sadak
close to
comps
that
in a
wall and you
sense,
wanna
but then
pick
I
the player
remember
off.
that,
I think
like,
the better
back
timing, though,
in
was
the slightly
when
older
Mr. Fallen
days
was in
of
the
just
throne.
everybody playing
It
the
was just that
default
you
comp.
didn't know
Like,
that if
wasn't
there was
Loud
two players
undefeated on this
behind,
map for
maybe
like
you don't
2
get
years.
the kill, but
I think that was a lot of other people's fault,
the
though.
ult misses.
Me included.
Yeah, I know, I
Such a
remember you saying
easy
that you have a
final
read
pick
on
on
them,
the
that
Sadax.
like,
More
you
was
would
needed
beat
from
them,
Elite in that
then, you
moment,
know, next time you play them.
It really hasn't been
I
his
remember
day
that.
today. It seems like playing versus the Turkish brothers has left him out to dry a bit.
Absolutely. Last round of this FUT defense. Doing pretty well. 8-3 on the score.
I mean, it's really rough from
Definitely
K-Corp. They
finding
can't do
a lot of
anything.
impact. We'll have his ultimate to play with. Same for Mr. Fallen, who's been very, very successful with that Hunter's Fury.
But they used 3 on the other side in the last round, so to not win it
Yeah.
is going to put them in a pretty nasty spot. Had a captain again set up ready with that paranoia, likely to potentially
Oh,
put a couple
boy.
of play. No, he's putting himself into play.
Oh,
He's going
boy.
for it alongside
Holy.
the Hunter's Fury. It's all too easy. The second that ult is online for Mr. Fallen, it's used as disruption.
Well, I think we gotta scrap this one, comp-wise.
And with just this being the last round, there's not a lot
The
of
peak, I mean,
hope.
it's similar theory to what happened earlier, right? Just
HP on
the
Sadak, he's down to 25. That
Silver ult
turret
peek out
gonna
as
put
people
him
are
in
dodging
danger.
it.
Unlucky Timmy.
Timmy's going to be wiped out. Couldn't quite get the pick.
If
Still
that
a
was
nano.
brave.
A nano standing in their way. It's been heard. But the second he spams at this, he better hit it. He gets it. Okay, that's something to start with. And knows there's a
Ooh,
player
nice.
close, but didn't know about
Very
Zeus
nicely
up
done.
top.
As an impressive half from FUT,
9-3
but
at the half. Neither of these teams
was
have
made a
played
little
set
bit
this
easy. I
stage,
do think
but
that Cracks
I gotta
played
say,
great,
that looks
or
like a
Mr.
pretty
Fallon
hefty
played great.
advantage
I
for
don't know
FUT.
which in terms of like who was calling for him to go site. They realized very early on that the priority was on the KO knife, and they really made the most of it.
What it takes to close it out, or is the KC comeback
Basically
on?
just KO 1v9,
After the break.
like stops all the insta hits.
On some tier 2 teams, I think they had played some teams that played Teo, and they've had some success. Because the
feel like
KO
there's just
really
still
shuts them down.
I feel like versus Teo this comp could work because you can just bypass the Teo utility most of the time.
And plus, everyone wants to like fight and retake mains, and then the whole thing,
Yeah.
like the whole game plan was to just take the mains and wait for them to come fight it. Then it didn't really need to do that with a normal comp. You just got the double info. Maybe they got a better defense, but they have no info sentinel, so
Yeah,
I'm
but
a
then you look at the
little
comp
worried.
in terms of defense, and it's like it has holes.
They're just missing a harbor. That's actually true. That's the problem. They're probably gonna fix it by putting a harbor in somehow. But then it kind of makes it a little bit better because they would have to at least have a vice. So then they got the info.
And then they're probably putting in a Yoru as well, so they have some flashes.
Yeah, I think their normal comp might work better than this.
Honestly, it probably would.
Yeah, I might destroy Koop next week. Yeah, I would be tempted to. You gotta be tempted to pick this map of what's going on. I agree with that.
Vice lock, harbor, Yoru, plus what?
With a harbor as well, you can't have solo harbor.
No, I don't think you can have solo harbor, and then you don't have initiator if you put in a Nomen or an Astra.
Way 9-3, the score that we step in to half number 2 with FUT
okay, well
moving
let's see
on
what
to
they
the
got on
attack
attack.
side.
Maybe
20
sorry, on
seconds
defense.
until we see those
Maybe
barriers
maybe
go
they put
up.
all their time into defense. They can definitely do some grav, net, nade stuff, fight over towards mains heavy.
Everything's okay, Mitch. Everything is okay. 13 seconds to the round. Let's see what Casey can do with this double duelist now from the defense.
We might actually get a shock dart that does a lot of damage here. Insta grav now. It looks like 3 people are about to tank this.
Now recharges. He's already going to get the information on one. Paranoia immediately thrown, but I think Zeus was a little bit delayed to try and make that move.
Oh my god, he turned the flash but ended up eating the flash. Still though, he made the space. They're so close over towards lane that they can just break this early. Okay, nicely done. Ooh, nice shot. Okay, the fast floods.
But let's not forget,
it's double
this is the
pistol.
very same thing we saw in half
Double
number
pistol,
1.
4
They went
rounds, not great.
2-0 up, and well, that was their 4th round.
Yeah, they only managed to win one of the rifle rounds, as you were saying, Mitch.
The flashes, yeah, the timing was a little bit off, but I wonder if it was like because of the grav net stuff that happened.
Have you replayed him?
Dude, it could have been much worse.
That is toxic. Right in his face.
Was that you? Say sorry. Right now.
Let's go, boys.
Type it on the screen.
Come back, right here, right now.
Okay, Martin.
I like that.
Ends up being a 3-3 and a 2-0 on this map with pistols.
Timmy's just tanked the shock dart, but fair play to him. Saved the rest of the squad from being electrified. Lots of utility that they'll be running into here, and you can see there was a trap setup that FUT put into play with the nano swarms. Same thing's going to be in play with these little sonic
Interesting
sensors.
as well that they are setting up the orbs for the null command.
Problem is they have no info here the whole time, so they can never actually stack a site, to be honest. They've always got to do a 2-1-2.
It's definitely going to be more awkward to face into than
Means the
most
sites
setups
are
you'd have if you're dashing in.
really
so if you
weak.
can just remove all of that on your way through, that could be huge. For Sugetsu,
They could be
pretty easy kill to
playing
start
for
with,
like
though.
fast floods with that now.
They'll have the ult online for next. If Cracks can just
Min
get
Sha.
away with a 4K, he'll get nothing now. Put to bed right away, 3 orbs away, coming into the next, and they can try to farm those in the rifle round, I suppose, for KC. They know exactly where Mr. Fallen is. It's a classic in hand, and really no challenge should be presented. Big investment from the defenders, 2 kills, and they'll feel the pinch,
It's
but
a nice kill. That's about it.
where's the lead? Yeah, he's there to pick up the weapon. All good. Nice, clean follow-up round from KC.
Yeah, now is when things start to get serious. We heard Martin. Yes, the comeback is on. Is it really? I think that the bonus is almost compulsory in their current state, as we were speaking about the double duelists coming
When you
in
start believing,
and what they can do in this
like
defense.
9-8
Maybe
maybe?
not having the best day today.
Yeah, at 12-9, I'll start believing.
Because if they can get this to 8,
Yeah, I think this
then they've gone through
composition,
2
you
buy
look at it on
rounds and they should
paper,
have some nice stuff that
it
makes you
definitely
believe.
Seems like it would thrive a lot more on the attack, or should have done. But
Okay, fighting over towards the main. Deadlock, Raze playing together. Martin.
already going to be forced out.
Hold on.
Sugetsu was the second layer to that mid push.
Off the contact. Sugetsu's been in the corner.
Such a performance that we're seeing from Sigetsu today. Leading the board. Martin with his outlaw. He was successful the previous round.
Just
Oh, didn't spot this.
Into this corner.
No way.
They have no
No
idea
way.
that he's here. He can even wait out the paranoia and claim
Wow.
a clean double. Now they'll know. Now they'll turn to deal with him, but it's Zeus on the back foot as Sugetsu easily
Okay, well,
deals
there's-
with the reinforcements.
There's a little bit closer. There's one of the Byrons, yeah.
There could be something here if they manage to get an off on Martin.
They got a little bit lucky, but
And it certainly seems to be the case. 9-6, the gap
If you get an
down
off
to
on
3.
Martin, you could set him up like lone on an extremity, either B main or A main, and then you have a 4-stack for the other side in mid.
they definitely need an op as well. They'll just do it to cover middle, because they got no info.
Yeah, or mid, and you use it basically as a KJ turret.
What do I think about the Ascent changes? I like the Ascent changes. I was so bored of seeing an Odin just spam here and no one feel free to actually like take B main.
Within mid from Martin to sell the idea that there isn't.
I think it's a great change.
And then Sugetsu just sat back, and I'll be honest, considering how far down KC currently are in the match or have been in the match, Sugetsu is still right up there at the top of the board in terms of kills. He has been having a fantastic game individually.
He's like, what, 17, 18 kills already with 8 deaths? This one, beautiful. And he's always going back. We also saw it in the previous round. It doesn't matter that if there was an eco on the other side. Also the patience here from Sadak to get 2 very clean kills with that Spectre. Well, I said that they needed this bonus round to keep the dream alive. Now, of course, the credits are not going to be the best for FUT. But they still have a long way to go in this map. Still anything
Outlook,
can
one
happen.
shot,
Still need to
everyone
figure
apart
out
from
how to
one.
find the gaps into Casey's composition.
The lead is here.
Recon from mid.
And so is Avez. It looks like we're going to have a combo.
Oh, recon for corner,
Perhaps
sure.
thrown out. Off contact as the boom bot is the first one round the corner. There goes
The
Nate.
recon for claws, knife,
but no one's going to be caught.
beyond,
Being quite cautious around that A-long
and
angle, and it's the push up through short with the main
there
body
goes
of
the gun.
forces
They picked
coming.
up at least.
Avez, though, picking off Zeus, the rifle, the one rifle that FUT have to play with, now falls into the hands of Yedije. He'll be the new man to lead the charge. They've left out a captain. He's walled off now. And making the shrouded step. Trying to convince them he's gone back, and you'll see if he can find something late.
No harbor? No, they decided to go against the harbor. They're going double duelist for this one, Imi.
In these lines of KC and make them think it's a B play. Open the door perhaps for out of captain to get some damage
bold
late.
move.
Although I see him rotating already. Looks like they'll just commit to a full B pump.
Cross being held. All too easy.
Rifle down.
And retrieving it. A little bit tougher than the last. Smoke has to be used,
Lexi, come on.
at this
Surely
stage, that
not.
time is starting to get to a point where finding any impact almost seems
That's
impossible.
bad. That's worse than my jokes.
Sadak, knowing the positions
I
that have been
enjoyed that
given
one.
up, is really willing to just let this go for free, and with the sensors also catching them as they drop down. Spike only just going back into that, and this round seems more than done, but Crack still manages to find one here.
Hey, Plantis a Plantis. Get some money
Whoa.
here. The drone is going to spot him.
Drone didn't turn around for out of captain, but luckily
flash.
they'll deal with him anyways. In goes
Oh,
the second
no
nade off
time
the
now.
kill. Avez able to box Cracks into the corner.
Okay.
Nice stuff.
Do they time out
Three
before
piece
their
from
other
him.
buy
The
rounds? Who
second got the
knows? They got
reset
Crax's
grenade.
ults. We're going to have to
The
see.
third got
Dude,
the
I was going to say, we have to see an anti-killjoy setup, but
Unlike FUT, I think
we
that they're
even
taking
have one with this
duels-
comp?
I know
Maybe
that
with the
this was an
deadlock
eco
stuff.
and whatnot, but I feel like the duels
Oh.
are being very, very
You
separate.
guys are
See?
so toxic with
Yeah,
your
that's
replays. Why
savage.
have you just shown a net bouncing backwards because they missed it?
I did say no one got hit by it. I didn't think it was quite that shallow.
No, that is...
If you lose this round, guys, I would literally give you all 1,000 euros.
Oh!
Thank God.
All right.
I
Damn.
like that bet. I
yeah.
love that bet.
I'll be honest, I was a little worried after last week.
1,000.
but
What are they
that's,
paying out there for the cake
that's
hop,
alright.
guys? Jesus.
We'll allow
What
bribery
kind
of
of
your
money do
teammates.
they have?
We have it on camera just in case.
KC now, if anything, may even be considered in the driver's seat on this defensive
so
side.
far,
Operator in hand.
They've been doing it deadlock setup and then leaving just one person on it.
You're not as sneaky as you
And
think.
then they're
This-
stacking the
This
other
round will
side.
probably be
And
different
doing
because
the
of
turret's not gonna be falling
anti.
for that.
Oh
Abex is-
my
This is the
goodness.
thing.
I was going to say this is going to be different because of the anti-KO setup, but honestly I don't think they even had one. Yeah, and the change means you can insta-res this guy. Holy, that's fast.
Two players left.
This guy's an absolute nightmare to play against.
The operator's going to be far more important than fighting for this round.
5v2,
How did he res so quick? It's the change. 1.5 seconds now.
As they're spotted falling back, the op going to the other side. No one there to contest it.
Sadak can look for damage. Like
The Zeus go kill strat, yeah.
Him taking
Dude,
guns out of the hands of opponents
this
is
fast
more
and the
valuable
third
than
kill is
saving
pretty
zone.
fast.
And working towards his ultimate as well.
Was it 2.5 before? No, I think it was 3 seconds
Can
before.
prevent some of these
It was 3
situations.
seconds
But
before,
right
yeah.
now, FUT just go back
exactly
to
half the
classic
time now.
Ascent. You set up your jet for success. Try and find those picks and just gear up.
Was there setup on that first, or was that just Zeus? Because in my mind it was just Zeus.
No, or,
The crazy
Ascent, or
change?
you find the
Yeah, the
opening
KO
and you
buff was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
to the
nice.
side.
Because that just,
Right click
that's the
flash
thing
is
that
faster, getting your
worrying
gun
me
out
bit
does a
for
little
FUT.
bit
You've got
more
around
in terms of
board,
the flash time.
Great. How recreatable is that one? Because that almost just felt like, okay, Zeus has just got you the piece that you needed. There was a drone.
It's actually a weird change, to be honest, to buff
Definitely
KO.
not
When
Definitely
you gotta
not a
think
smoke,
that
not a drone before.
you think you would buff
Definitely
Sky
no pressure onto the
fast,
player.
but maybe it's like maybe KO's been sucking in ranked. That's just because people
think
don't know
it's-
lineups or have
Yeah.
coordination.
3-round gap.
Yeah, all of the
The
like
operator in
agents
hands
that
of
are
Martin.
very low
Won't be looking for an early
self-agency, they're
fight.
kind of
I don't
second
think we'll
rank.
see that around short or even the push-up B main.
So the data shows
Maybe
to
we
both
will
them
see the
probably.
push-up B main. At least got his utility down. And it's just
Okay, same
early
thing.
on,
Deluxe set
getting
up one
rid of
person
that
on it
pesky
and
little
then
turret.
stuck on the other side.
And anyone that might be behind it.
KO has one of the lowest win rates in ranked. That makes sense.
A lurk outside of B without a captain. And the point of contact is Zeus. He's heard the drone. He'll wait it out.
Yeah, with people, with how people use KO in ranked, you probably might as well play a Phoenix.
Yeah.
Unless you're like
I thought maybe he's going to continue
high
on that
level
push
again, or
market,
you're with a
especially
duo
that
queue
deep
and it's
smoke,
all
but that's
based
what he
around the
wants
flashes.
KC
But
to think. Instead, resetting for a fight on short, but we've seen this before, sometimes off a cam, when it was FUT on the defensive side. This time off contact of Abez, there will be a paranoia to fire through on short.
we need win rates per rank. That's actually true, man. That is true. See what's going on over there. Can't imagine the bronze win rate with KO is very high. But maybe a Reyna must be through the roof. Okay, bit of pressure over towards short, but it insta-cleared the pressure. Now they can have the rotate out. Getsu, I don't know when he used his ult into this round. It was on short, but I didn't see where he actually faked it.
We'll catch some info. The spam now with the trap, stunning cracks, but he won't be punished. Zeus is up close. Abez and Sagetsu on their way, and that's one picked off immediately.
Good luck,
Pressure
back
on
to sight.
backside, Bladestorm active. They don't land.
He
No,
did good to
luckily
stay
Max is
alive
there
here
to
as well.
save the day.
Oh, hold up.
Still some saving
Maybe an
to be done
overstep?
At 2 versus 3 that were left
Nice
in, and
shot.
a shot on Martin. That brings us
Oh, I
back
like that.
even.
Oh, I like the
Bladestorm
idea
up
Oh,
though.
top.
I like that
Doesn't
try, yeah.
land.
What's the plan now? No, did he want to smoke close, or he's gonna smoke close?
Bladestorm is hunting them down, but Zeus from
It's
down
unlucky.
below takes Martin
My team gave it a
first.
good go.
One step towards victory and just 2 away from claiming this series. I mean, they started on the back foot, losing their own map pick.
Yeah, we don't see this comp
14 to
again, I don't
12,
think.
but came back with a stomp on
I hope
Lotus,
so.
and now it looked like they'd given KC a way in. They'd open the door on
kill.
danger, but soon to slam it shut in their face.
What really breaks this round is just the proactivity of FUT. Zeus within the smoke, but it's the reposition from Yedajay. You can see the 2 players looking to come down lane towards the end of the round. They have no idea that he's already gone back
Jacob needed
towards
timeout.
the stairs.
I don't know,
That meant
man.
that the angles they had to
Don't want
fight
to say
were
it's
nigh
gone,
on
but
impossible.
you gotta think 2-0 pistols, and they won a bonus, and it's
Nightmare's gonna catch, no
11-7.
opportunity to get
Like, it's
away, but
insanely rough for them right now.
with an easy pick onto Yedajay, it's no problem.
Showstopper fired in. Navex connects it. This time a clean kill. And the advantage hammered home. Cracks.
Oh my god,
It
kinda looked
it
like he
could've
hit
gotten
that.
Very awkward, but Sagetsu's there to keep numbers in their favor. Now they'll look to isolate him with an aid into the right side. They know that he must be on the left.
Oh, that recon timing was
So
incredible.
perfect from Sadak. Last man
Yeah,
standing.
I mean, he
Mr.
messed up
Fallen
slightly
Spike
there.
in his possession, but the full force of the remaining KC members
Dude,
are
he's
waiting
got
for him.
Spike. This one's doable.
Mr. Fallen is literally the antagonist to Angel. Like, so many of this round, we see one player alive. It's just Mr. Fallen. But yeah, round completely necessary for KC. I think that they're also thinking, like, if you are to call a timeout after you lose a couple of rounds, you're also given 1 to FUT, and that could separate them from getting those 2 last rounds.
He knows the sensors are there, so he's trying to walk past them to almost sell the idea that this could potentially still be an A hit. They've held long enough. They know. An aggressive
nice shot.
Wow.
And you should never doubt Mr. Fallen in these clutch scenarios. So good in the late round, forced to crouch,
my God,
but
though.
they get isolated into the 1v1.
Oh, dude, the perma crouch. I thought he might do it. He gave that a great go, though.
Likes the hook clean off the line there.
I thought it was Lotus all over again. I
could've
thought I
been.
saw that 1v3, gets the spike down, Mr. Fallen knows he
using the
can
time
win
for
the
comms.
round.
That was
And Suigetsu.
it was a really nice shot.
This is
First
I
one.
reckon they're having
Yeah.
any tactical pause.
He has to do
Probably,
that, right?
yeah,
He's
like if you have
1v3.
more time,
He's
why
to
not?
get one
They've
early.
almost just lost like a bit of a silly clutch because I think it's the run through from Elite. Like that was so disjointed in the 1 versus 2. You know exactly where he is. You caught him in a net, and Elite goes way before Sugetsu's even prepared.
And
I
we
think
get
that,
the
yeah,
cross
you
map
use that time
lineup.
dump.
That dart was from B.
Yeah.
That's
Lovely dart.
ridiculous. Dart.
Towards the spawn. Was well played, well handled. KC calling a
KC
timeout.
timeout.
Never mind the mini
Yeah.
tack. They'll go for the full-on
Yeah.
tactical.
The rough round as well, still.
Taking the time here.
I'm not
Guys,
concerned about Gaius, honestly, after what we saw in the
he's
last
not
map.
stood up anymore. He's going to keep that circulation going in a more healthy capacity. But it's actually Ang going a mile a minute here. Lots of notes for the KC players. And again, this is them trying to keep their dream of that first seed alive. It has
Both
to be
locked in
victory.
for those playoffs. That kind of pressure is off, but of course, as you're saying, Mitch, getting the first seed could be the difference, because once you get the first seed, it's one win and you're in Toronto, no?
And it's even, we discussed the idea of the 2-0
Yup, is
for
out.
KC, meaning that they were locked
There's
out
that.
of that 4th place. They wouldn't
I mean,
be
it's been
ending
getting
there.
them the first
No
legs.
longer the case for them.
Yeah,
So really,
it's
in
been
terms
You
of
think
comfort,
Liquid are a bit
they've
ahead
gotta
of
be
K-Cup
taking
and
this
FUT?
series and coming strong
Yeah,
next
I
week as
think
well.
so.
I think that's due to
I
map
think
difference,
Liquid
because
have
they are
shown
finding
that
their
like
point.
week to week they're
Well,
very
decently
good at
positioned
preparing
when it
for
comes
their
to map
opponents.
difference based on who they played. So
And
They always, I feel like
KC
done it.
they have the
I
best
think
chance
it's
of
first
getting a
place.
good start
It's
because of
great.
it.
Fourth
Yeah,
place
and
is the
KC,
thing I'd
I don't know
most be
about FUT,
concerned about,
but
though, 'cause
KC
that is a
definitely
one match and you're
focuses
out
more
sort
on
of deal,
themselves.
and likely to
So
play
that
the
alone should tell you that
team
TL
in
is
the
like more
opposing
confident in
group,
their own
which,
stuff, that
when
they're
you look
like
at the
starting
four
to focus
player- four
directly on
teams
their
in Group
opponents.
A,
So yeah,
there's not
that's
a
probably
great
just
choice. Maybe
a
there's
step
one
ahead.
you'd want slightly
Thoughts on the
more than
K-Cup
others,
comps?
but
It can't really do
anybody
too
can
much.
finish first in that group.
Any names, Tom?
Begins with N.
It struggles at everything apart from
Oh.
bursting on site. Wait, we fake A pressure
Tough for the people at home
into
to
an
figure out.
Omen
Tom, you've done
ult
well.
back
Speaking
at
of
site.
Riddles, add a captain,
They
already
tried
on
to
the site
fake like a
uses his ult
fast
to get in
A.
there, and the rest of the squad, I mean, they're on
And
their way,
then
but
the reaction
almost
from
still in
K-Cup is
the-
to
behind
fast
the
flood
spawn
site.
walls. This is gonna be a
And
big battle for Atta
Atta
Captain.
is
He's
done
on his own,
unbelievable, but there's
finding
3
just
people
the
here
one,
now.
and then they
Getting one.
want
So weird. They're not going to fake 3 people are on site. Do they now cancel and go? Oh, they have no idea there's 3 on site. Okay, now they do. And you know the Sova's there because he ordered. Wait, do you think someone's down?
They have a
Yeah, he
choice
has
on
no
where they
idea where
take
the
it, just a pixel away.
funds are. Nothing
Sugetsu
else.
will
Oh
find
boy, he
one.
knows he's back of sight. You got to dash. Me can get out here
It's gonna be an
easy.
easy wrap from Zeus to the other side of the map,
He's
but he
using
wants
the
to force
pressure.
issue, force the fight, catch Sadak unaware. They just do that. 40 seconds. Reveal goes
This
deep.
is nice from him.
Just about dodges
He's making it look like he's gone to the
Sadak
other
should think he's
side.
on the other side of the map now. This swing.
Damn,
Oh,
Sadak,
yes.
we were on top of this the whole time.
kill.
He must have seen him when he went back aside and he was elbow. Sorry, he was lane.
Out of a bad situation by the
I honestly
IGL.
don't. I like the
I
reaction
need to
from
see a
KC to
replay
flood the
of
site
this
because
round
like
because it
you're
was
getting
so
split
chaotic.
4-1. You
I
should
know.
probably
we
focus
see
on
No,
the
that
one.
they did
Captain
good. They
just
knew the
teaming up
rotate was
so
super long.
Everybody else is so late. The rest of
very
KC
nice.
are in very good positions. The utility is not really having an effect anymore. Martin has
Dude,
a very
Sadak was
clean
so
shot
sure.
on
He
to
had
main.
to have seen him lane during that.
If you
Yeah,
want to see
they have
this
to do
round
something
again,
well.
go in,
He
open
was
the
so-
game and play
So
TM.
confident in it.
So that's where you'll end up because
Okay, what is
that
this
was
one?
incredibly messy.
3 pass the middle.
One that FUT very nearly won. That's the thing that's
got
most
4
surprising
here now.
about it, with how disjointed everything was in that fight. It almost worked out for them. You probably would have bet on Zeus being able to take that over the line.
Is that a commit or a fake?
Lockdown into play.
Yeah, both.
Doesn't look like there's any opportunity to deny it. A firing squad lining up outside of the site to try and
Wait, is it a
spam
weird
their
round?
way through. Middle has been taken. The drone.
Use the
That is
Killjoy
enough, but
ult
that's
for
the
a
kill that was
split.
needed. Zeus
Dude,
removed,
Koop
utility
were like,
offline.
Koop looked like they got stun locked by Killjoy. Or
Straight through the
end up
smoke.
having
Good spam,
4
good
people
prediction on the
here.
player. Yedajay very
Means
low,
that
out
they
of
go
captain
for
of
further delay.
close, and he's taking a
That
fight
just smokes.
alone with the advantage, with the time on their side. That is a mistake, as we can see plain as
Mr. Fallon
day.
has his recon.
Utility cut off
Here it
for a
goes.
moment, but the ult now fading.
It buys him
Zeus
a
up
little bit
close.
more time.
They should know these players have been quite aggressive. They now know about Zeus. He's got a little bit of backup from Maine.
How's he still
He's got
alive?
a lot done there. A 3-piece. And with Yedajay low, it's the site itself that we look to for the fights. Cracks and
There's
Mr.
so little
Fallen,
time.
an op to contend
Shot.
with. A shot
Oh.
Shots.
and Martin that leaves Yedajay alone, trying to do it all.
No
Then the
way,
Fuse
man.
in, and Segetsu with a 3-piece of his own.
Oh god! How have they done it? How have they done that? Dude, they hit some mad shots back sight. Hit some absolute shots.
Martin is determined to win this head
Yeah,
to head,
dude,
even though
Martin
Zeus
just doesn't
is
want to lose full
definitely
stop every
leading
single
on
map
those
we've seen him
kills.
play.
Had a great performance even for this
refuses
round.
to.
Him
He's a
pushing
beast,
with
man.
the operator onto the side, very
insane.
aware of how the time was working against them. And so he gets to
This
always
duel
be
was
so reliable
quality.
with those bullets right
That's
to
a
the
fast
head.
kill,
What
though.
is that?
That's incredible. That's also a great shot.
The thing is, this
Oh
does
my God.
again
Dude,
seem
all
like
you have to do
a
is tuck
moment,
back
though,
a sight.
where, well, 0.1. FUT literally
Alex is
didn't
like,
need to
Dima,
peek.
you
Like, they have the back of the site. They have players
I'm
in
Shim.
control.
I
They
am
have a
Shim.
player coming
He is
round
him.
from behind.
They're like celebrating, but at the
For them
same
to
time
even
they're like
jiggle or
checking. It's like,
swing.
well,
If
it's
you
pretty
just wait for the
close.
clock, you're out of there.
They forced a timeout. I think their money's like a little low as well.
hand.
I think they're sitting like 3-2, 3-4.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Geis is
Yeah,
not
little,
his feet, at
3.
least.
Yeah, that's
Not
not
even.
him screaming.
That's not him.
I wonder if they can
Is
hear him at
everybody
home.
okay? just want to look out into the crowd. You doing all right?
It's been a stressful matchup, Tom. A BO3 that could be a BO5 at this point.
BO7, I
A
think.
BO7
Have
in
we ever
time.
had a BO7? I don't think so.
I don't believe we have, no.
I think
Let's
I
run
think we
one
should do
next
it.
week.
Yeah, right?
Screw it.
Right?
Let's take a matchup
Yeah, I agree.
that matters the least.
I think
In my opinion,
Fancy hot
Heritage
Okay,
is
Zeus.
gonna
Oh,
be
yeah, yeah,
armor.
7 versus 7. I agree.
Let's make it the second game of the day as well,
AC has won
just to be sure.
3 rounds in a row and they don't have money either.
I do that, but all the rounds have been close. Is what I
Yeah,
mean.
all the rounds are like down to 1, down to 2.
I'm surprised Koop is still here. I'll be fully honest.
No,
Double pistol, bow on this, lots of close rounds. Okay, we're going over to it.
It seemed like KC had ran out of steam, but that is far
Wow.
from the truth. An opening for Sadek.
I thought he was going to go over towards the side. They took a bit of a gamble. That's a great shot. How is he alive?
How is he alive?
Oh my god, it would have hit.
I thought that was hit.
That actually would have hit, by the way.
Oh, that 100% would have hit.
What a beast.
No upsets here with the pistols from what we're seeing. 11 to 11.
How's he
The game
alive
really
there?
is on.
Looking like
Wait. Dude, they must have so much belief on this round. We said that they didn't have a clean round. This was insanely clean from them. He only took 1 bullet to turn all of that, by the way.
with a few blips
Yeah,
here
I
and
mean,
there
he's
for
kind of just
KC
the GOAT.
as they go from strength
He's-
to strength. The Blade Storm
Oh
getting
my
nothing
god,
and a
just.
Hunter's Fury. All
He
that
is
can
playing
be
well.
relied upon. Going into the next round and FUT. Oh, they've decided to throw in another.
Oh, little double
I mean, I
timeout.
think that it's good to use them if you have both of them available because you've had a 9-3 at the beginning, right? Now you're in a situation where it's 11 to 11, and if you go to overtime, you will have another tactical pulse available for yourself. I think that the tension might be getting to them. Gaius probably is going on about. Oh, Eng is laughing, so that means that on Casey's side, they're
I
just
mean, the
having a
comp
good start. But Gaius is
can't
probably
clear
speaking about,
info
hey,
really
talk to
apart
each
from
other, Mind the
this.
spacing, mind the duels that
So
you're
you
taking.
could
I think
just
that the
take
pressures are trying to
control
get
and then
into
wait
you
for them to
for
push.
KC.
I don't
Yeah,
think you
that
need to go
nomad's
middle
being
against
pulled like the
this.
string of a bow right now. I don't know who his target is. I wouldn't want to be it.
What are the
If you're able to
ults?
See
create-
I got the
difference,
Silver
right?
ult.
When we-
If you're able to create multiple
Harder to
question
hit.
marks at a time as
For
FUT, there's
KC,
no way for KC
you can see the
to deal
difference
with
in their
them.
coaching
But at the
staff.
same time,
Earlier
that's
on, we
difficult to
had
do versus an
Zeiss
all.
It's
slamming
hard
the
to default
table
against
saying
op, yeah.
GG when they were down, I think 4-1, something in that ballpark. Aang was not looking happy. I
What
think the
happens when
best
you
we
have
saw
one
from him in
timeout
this
left
series
and
was
then
a
go
small
overtime,
smirk.
you
But like you
lose
said,
it.
Faye, and now he's laughing.
You don't
Now he's
get
having a
to
good
in
time,
LT.
and of course they are.
To be
8
fair,
out of
that's
10 rounds.
I mean, Sugets just stood up and saying, I am him. And he is him.
Right now he is. But FUT looked to change
let's
that
see.
in round
What happened
number
to FUT?
23.
I mean, they're just struggling on attack.
Back-to-back
Koop
losses.
Koop having
Chance now
some
to at least
some big
guarantee themselves
rounds.
in overtime on a
You
map
can't
they looked
you can't
certain
deny
to
how
win.
good they're playing some of these rounds.
An
Mostly individuals, but they are playing well.
Fury, and it has been dodged. Over the top goes Zeus, but Sadak, I don't know
Ooh,
if he's
they
been
didn't
seen.
realize he
I don't
was
think he's been
close.
spotted at all.
The dash didn't
Completely
see
pulled
anyone.
apart again. One player in
Oh
the
boy.
side, but that
Oh,
player
but he's saving
might
it.
just be enough. Zeus, the guy that seems undefeatable.
They do have that
They
little
know
first,
he's
but
low
Trying to
HP.
drag FUT, kicking and screaming
He
to
still has a
victory.
drone here. Elite has his ult though.
That nade made
Yep.
me nervous. It was damn
And,
close. He's
the
on
governor.
7 HP at the moment. Spam
they're
through the
using for a
wall
while,
would
though.
get him.
Norman
He was in
smokes.
prime spot for that spam just a moment
Annihilation
ago.
is available.
Annihilation, where's it going?
Where's it
Player
going?
in main, but they don't know. They'll go for backside.
Yeah,
Great
that's got him.
connect.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Fallen taken.
Yeah.
Zeus holds the line.
Zeus did
grabs
good.
one
Big
more,
Joel.
and
Big
Yanish is
1v1.
in. It's a 1v1 with Mr. Fallen already taken.
That's
and
a great molly.
dealt with. Nano
Oh, he got the
activated.
molly
You
off.
hear the
Oh, he's got
sound.
another
He's
one
got
off.
another.
Oh.
It doesn't quite
No.
get put out in time. Elite already getting it to halfway. Yanish playing with him.
Oh my, that was close as you can get, dudes.
About.
It's so close. He actually really had a chance to hit the
Worst case
shot.
scenario now in regulation.
I thought he hit it. He was just a little bit to the left of his
away
aim.
from claiming this marathon of a series.
That second time about it might have been it. I don't know, but especially
Those
starting
kills from
off
Zeus
with
saved
this
the round.
round being a 5
Those are the second ones.
in
Yeah,
favor
these
of KC.
two.
Zeus being able to turn the tides around, being able to get 3, even in the condition that he was, Tom, was extremely impressive.
I was gonna say, unless the timeout was something to do with Zeus'
Okay, one
chair
chance.
position or res or I don't know, something that can make him hit headshots even better. I don't know how it made a difference.
Oh
and
boy.
what he
Oh,
did
how?
to
How?
lose
How?
by
How?
How is he-
How is he doing this?
One shot. You miss
Oh
it,
my god.
you lose.
How's he allowed to do this? It's
Spoke
insane.
The 82nd province and FUT, they almost claimed it back with flying colors now.
An incredible shock dart, by the way. Oh my goodness, this was all from one shock. It is like 150 damage shock.
They don't know quite how close they were, but he's still alive. The demon lives, and it's not looking like there'll be an easy way back through for KC. The Blade Storm of Martine needs to be big, and it's shut
And
down.
every assist is from the Sova. Holy. Well, I mean, Koop, if they can't win this one with a double pistol and a bonus, this guy's recording himself as well. Holy. Dude, that was kind of, it was close though. They did a lot better this comp than I thought. Double pistol obviously helped,
It
but
was a back and
That was
forth
smart.
matchup.
I feel
all
bad
the
for
way
Martine. I
through
think he played
to get to
insanely
win.
well to lose this.
Stellar performance, but it was Zeus who's